The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is a guide to understanding the dynamics of power in social, professional, and personal relationships. It outlines 48 laws that focus on strategies to gain, maintain, and defend power. The book provides historical examples of these laws in action, drawing from figures like Napoleon Bonaparte and Machiavelli, among others. Each law is a lesson in strategy, whether it's about concealing intentions, creating a sense of mystery, or leveraging others' weaknesses to your advantage. The book emphasizes pragmatism and calculated moves while exploring the often ruthless nature of power dynamics. While some laws might seem manipulative, Greene explains them as tools for navigating competitive environments. Certainly, the 48 Laws of Power draws inspiration from historical figures who exemplify these principles. Here are a few examples. 1. Napoleon Bonaparte. He mastered the art of controlling perception and creating an aura of power, aligning with laws like conceal your intentions and create an air of mystery. 2. Julius Caesar. His strategic decision-making and ability to turn enemies into allies reflect laws such as never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. 3. Machiavelli. Known for his pragmatic and often ruthless approach to power, his philosophy aligns with many laws in the book, including always say less than necessary. 4. Fidel Castro. Greene mentions that Castro reportedly read the book, and his leadership style demonstrates laws like guard your reputation and control the options. These figures used calculated strategies to navigate complex power dynamics. The first law of Robert Greene's, the 48 Laws of Power, never outshine the master, emphasizes the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with those in positions of authority by subtly showcasing your abilities and avoiding actions that might make them feel threatened or insecure. This law highlights the strategic advantage of making your superiors appear more brilliant than they are, thereby fostering a sense of their dominance and preventing any potential resentment or conflict. Elaboration. The core principle of this law is to understand and manage the natural human tendencies of insecurity and jealousy that can arise when someone's abilities are perceived as superior by those above them. While it might seem counterintuitive to hold back on displaying your talents, the law argues that doing so can inadvertently spark envy and resentment in those you seek to impress. Understanding the nature of power dynamics. Insecurity is ubiquitous. Everyone, including those in positions of power, harbors some level of insecurity. Recognizing this fundamental truth is crucial for navigating power dynamics effectively. The illusion of superiority. Individuals in positions of authority often have an inflated sense of their own importance and ability. Outshining them can challenge their perception of themselves and their authority. The importance of balance. The goal is not to suppress your talents altogether, but rather to manage their display in a way that doesn't threaten the power structure. Practical strategies, subtlety, and gradual display. Avoid overtly showcasing your abilities. Instead, let your competence be revealed through your actions and results. Highlighting their strengths. Focus on making your masters appear more competent and effective by subtly emphasizing their strengths and successes. Strategic self-deprecation. Occasionally, acknowledging your own limitations can further enhance your master's perception of their own superiority. Must. The second law of the 48 Laws of Power, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Emphasizes the importance of pragmatism in relationships, particularly when it comes to trust and loyalty. In this law, Robert Greene argues that friends can sometimes become liabilities, while enemies, surprisingly, can be more reliable and beneficial in certain contexts. Let's break it down, explore its nuances, and provide a thorough explanation with examples. Hashtag the core idea. At first glance, trusting friends seems like the natural and safest choice. However, Greene contends that friends may not always act in your best interest due to emotional biases, jealousy, or a sense of entitlement. When given power or influence, friends might take you for granted or use their position for personal gain. On the other hand, enemies are motivated by self-interest and often remain more cautious and reliable in fulfilling agreed-upon terms because they have something to prove. This law encourages you to evaluate relationships objectively. Don't rely solely on emotional bonds or loyalty when making decisions about trust. Leverage enemies strategically. Use their skills, influence, or insights to your advantage. Avoid blind trust. Trust should be earned based on competence and actions, not proximity or familiarity. Hashtag examples from history and modern context. Hashtag example 1. Michael III and Basil. On Michael III, the Byzantine emperor promoted his friend Basil I to a position of power out of loyalty. However, Basil eventually betrayed Michael and had him murdered to seize the throne. This story exemplifies how trusting friends blindly can lead to devastating consequences. Hashtag example 2. Henry VII and Richard III supporters. After defeating Richard III, Henry VII strategically employed many of Richard's former supporters in his court. By converting enemies into allies, Henry reduced hostility, gained talented individuals, and maintained stabili.